Supreme Lord, eternal truth, let us obey thee alone and live according to truth. परमो च प्रभु सत्यम नित्यत्वमेव केवलम अनुवर्तामहि सत्यम अनुजीवम केवलम ओम शांति शांति शांति. Namaste, good evening, Vande Mataram, welcome all of you. The topic of this evening's discussion will be on peace and equanimity. Peace and equanimity is the topic of discussion for this evening. Very interesting topic. Most of the time we think peace of mind, that is very much essential in this sadhana. So little bit we will discuss on this peace and equanimity from the writings of Sri Aurobindo. A couple of things we will see on peace. Peace is a must. Peace of mind is a must, without which, if this we are going between this turmoil, strife, this disturbance, naturally it will be a hindrance rather than a help in this process of sadhana. Sri Aurobindo quotes, peace is very basis of all the siddhi in the yoga. Knowingly or unknowingly people are doing yoga, but consciously, knowingly, some people like you, they are marching ahead in this process of this yoga. So Sri Aurobindo quotes in the very first lines, peace is the very basis of all the siddhi, very basis of all the siddhi in the yoga. Then next, for this siddhi, it is the most important thing, most essential. Peace must be ours. Second, Sri Aurobindo quotes here. Peace must be ours, but not the peace of empty or devastated nature. Peace is ours. Everything is with us. We can maintain peace, but for peace we are moving here and there, like that deer moving. It knows kasturi, that fragrance is coming from its own navel, but thing is that it does not know. It has got no idea, so it is moving here and there in quest. But thing is that it does not know it is coming from inside. So peace must be ours, but not the peace of an empty or devastated nature. This is the must be ours, and it is the inner peace. So inner peace is very much useful in this yoga. So number 3 is here in the course. It is only the basis of peace and on the basis of peace and calm. Here in the course again, it is only on the basis of peace and calm that the true progress and realization can come. It is on the basis of peace and calm that the true progress in the realization. Two things will come. One is progress and the second one is realization. Can come on the basis of peace and calm. So this calmness and peacefulness is the most required condition for the true progress and the realization. Simultaneously both things will come. In the peace you can bear whatever love or ananda comes. It is there, love and ananda, it is descending like every time, everywhere, every moment it is coming. So only in the peace you can bear whatever love and ananda comes, whatever strength comes and whatever knowledge. So many things are coming. We don't know, when we are disturbed, we are not able to achieve anything or get everything, collect anything. So in the peace you can bear whatever love and ananda comes, whatever strength comes, whatever knowledge also comes. Strength, knowledge, ananda, love, everything will come and can be achieved only in the deep peace, and this is the great peace Sri Aurobindo speaks of. So next we'll go, of course we'll read some lines, few messages from Sri Aurobindo on this peace and equanimity. So Sri Aurobindo quotes here very interestingly. Simultaneously, I will take both the things. When the peace is deep or wide, when the peace is deep or wide, it is usually in the inner being, not of the outer being. There are two peace. Outer peace will feel something. Suppose somebody has they not aware of this inner life or psychic being. After getting good food, sleeps for a long time, they feel it is peace. But here in the quotes here, when the peace is deep or wide, it is usually in the inner being. The outer parts, when the inner being is there, then next comes the just opposite, that is outer. The outer parts don't ordinarily go beyond a certain measure of quietude. Certain measure, to some extent it goes, that is the outer. But inner bank, it is deep and wide, it is vast. They get the deep peace only when they are flooded with it, but from the inner being. So when you will, some the beings will get flooded from the inside out, then this peace can be achieved. You can get a deep peace. Next, also Sri Aurobindo very beautiful quotes again. Peace and patience go together. Two words are there. Sri Aurobindo definitely two great words, great things are required, and they go together. This is peace and patience. Peace and patience go together. By having patience under all kinds of pressure, you lay on the foundations of the peace. By having patience under all kinds of pressure, pressures will be there, the disturbance will be there. It is a test of your patience. So, having patience under all kinds of pressure, you will lay foundations of the peace. This is the only foundation, and this foundation can be put when you are. We can hold any kinds of pressure. Then only peace that will be established. Then next one, Sri Aurobindo quotes, of course. If you get peace, then then to clean the vital becomes easy. If to get peace, if it is required to get peace, then to clean the vital becomes easy. After getting peace, the vital can be cleaned easily. If you simply clean and do nothing else, simply clean and do nothing else, you go very slowly. For the vital gets dirty again and again. You will be cleaning, means digging the hole, and then will be actually you will be filling it up. The vital gets dirty again and again, and has to be cleaned 100 times. If this is the vital clean, if you only clean, the vital gets dirty. Maybe hundreds of times it will be occurring. The peace is something that is clean in itself. Nothing, no need to clean it. So this is clean in itself. So to get it in the positive way of securing your objects, to look for the dirty only and clean it the negative way. So only cleaning, that is a negative way, and it actually this dirtiness actually it goes on. One can go forward even if there is not peace. Quietude and concentration are necessary. Peace is necessary for the higher state to develop. Very interestingly, Sri Aurobindo categorically clarified this is the most required elements. I will quote it again. One can go forward even if there is no peace. Even if there is no peace, one can go forward. Quietude and concentrations are necessary. Two things are necessary: quietude and concentration. Peace is necessary for the higher state to develop. Initially, quietude and this concentrations are required. At the higher level, peace is required. So, even if there is no peace, one can go. Initially, this quietude and concentration will develop. These are necessary, and at the higher state, peace is required. Peace will develop. Very interesting. We shall see some other terms like quietude. Of course, we have seen quietude, calmness, samatha, and equalities. A couple of terms we have witnessed in our discussion. Of course, the topic of this discussion is on equanimity and the peace. So, a couple of the very interesting definitions we'll see. Initially, we'll see quietness. Quietness is when the mind or vital is not troubled. That quietness is there when mind and vital are not troubled, and are troubled, restless, drawn about by or crowded with the thoughts and the feelings. When it is not crowded with the thoughts and feelings, it is totally not troubled or restless, then you can get the quietness. Especially when either detached or looks at these as surface movement. So what this going deep into the beyond the surface movement, we say mind or vital is quiet. Very interesting. Especially when either is detached or looks at these as a surface movement, we say mind or vital is quiet. Then after this quietness, we will go for this another term, that is calmness. Very interesting, and this is the most essential factor. This is calmness. Calmness, from calm it emerges. Calmness is a more positive condition. After quietness, here in the quotes of calmness. Calmness is a very more positive condition, not merely in the absence of restlessness, overactivity, or trouble. This is actually more positive condition, not merely an absence of restlessness or overactivity or trouble. This is not the calmness, it is something else, it is something higher. When there is a clear or great or strong tranquility, when there is a clear or great or strong tranquility, which nothing troubles or can troubles or can trouble, it troubles not or can never trouble, then we say calm is established. We have gained the calmness. Then again we'll go for very interesting thing about the peace, establishment of peace. It is quite usual to feel as established peace in the inner being. Everything is inner, from inner to outward is the law. So established peace in the inner being, even if there is disturbances in the surface. Surface always gets disturbed when we are standing near the sea. At the very bank of the sea, river, or at the shore, seashore, we see there is actually some tides are there, everything is there in just near the shore. In between, you go deep inside, there is no turbulence, no trouble, no disturbance, nothing else, no tides like this. There is disturbance on the surface. In fact, that is the usual condition of the yogi before he has attained the absolute samatha in all being. So unless otherwise this absolute samatha, this siddhi is not attended, or he has not marched into a very depth of this sadhana, or not gone to the very quite a different, quite a distant way into the sadhana in the yogic path, then naturally you will see some these initial conditions, these disturbance will be there. And once it is achieved, if going deep within, these will not trouble you. So another very interesting seek on peace and light we'll see, of course, initially very interestingly he has quoted. It is true that through whatever is strongest in him, a sadhaka can most easily open to the divine. Very difficult it is, the initial condition that someone has to get opened to the divine. But peace is necessary for all. For this opening and for this sadhana, for this progress, peace is most necessary. Without peace and increasing purity, even if one opens, one can receive perfectly all that comes down through the opening. So, without peace, even if somebody is open, it is difficult. I will quote it again. Peace is necessary for all. Without peace and an increasing purity, even if one opens, if there is no purity and there is no peace, one can receive perfectly all that comes down through the opening. Then Sri Aurobindo, after peace, another very beautiful thing Sri Aurobindo defines rather, it is light. Light too is necessary for all. Light means not this solar light, this electric light, nothing like this. Light, capital L. Light too is necessary for all. Without light, one cannot take full advantage of that comes. So the light is there, light will show, light will guide. That is the most important thing when it is coming and we are considering the learning. So light is necessary. Another thing, couple of things we'll see, that is equality means equality. Topic of discussion is equanimity and the peace. So many things we have seen like peace, calmness, quietness, this samatha and the peace, light. Now we will see go for the equality. Equality means a quiet and unmoved mind and vital. Very short definition and very wonderful definition also, meaning also. Equality means a quiet and unmoved mind and vital. It means not to be touched or disturbed by things that happen or things said or done to you. So nothing will disturb you, will never get disturbed. But to look at them with a straight look, free from the distortions created by the personal feeling, and try to understand what is behind them, and they happen, why they happen, what is to be learned from them. These are the things we must be there, and what oneself cast against what to be, and the inner profit, progress to make it makes out, and self majesty. All these things are to be taken care. To be calm, undisturbed and quiet, it is not the first condition for the sadhana, but it is but for siddhi. Thank you.